This little boy is very special. He is a paraplegic. He couldn't even move his fingers. But the children in the orphanage were afraid of him. Paul, a newcomer, didn't know what he was doing. He kicked his wheelchair. I have cervical spinal paralysis and no pain. Paul didn't believe me. He picked up a stone and hit him on the head. Bright red blood flowed down the top of his head, but the boy was still expressionless. Go on. If you don't know where to hit, I can tell you. The thickness of the bone plate of the temple is only 1 millimeter at the thinnest. Give you one more chance. If you can't kill me, I'll kill you.
너 지금 뭐라고 새끼야!
Paul was scared and cried on the spot. The boy's name was Tom. He was in a car accident as a child. He lost his parents. His whole body was paralyzed. He was disliked by his relatives. Finally, he was sent to an orphanage. He was not afraid of death, so the children in the orphanage were afraid of him. On this day, the orphanage held an event. The stone under his wheelchair was accidentally kicked away. The wheelchair went down the slope. He was about to slide down a cliff. A tree branch on the ground saved him. Tom was scared and looked around for help, but what he saw was a family reunion, happy together, the love he would never feel again in his life. At that moment, the fear in his eyes disappeared, replaced by sadness and despair. He threw his head against the tree with determination. The wheelchair slowly retreated over the branches. He was about to say goodbye to this beautiful world. At that moment, another boy plunged into the water and fished him out. The two of them were lying on the shore, soaked to the skin. The boy turned his head and said, "Don't be afraid, let's go home." These words rekindled Tom's hope for survival. The boy who saved him is Jerry, IQ only 3 years old. He was abandoned by his parents at a very young age. Since then, Tom and Jerry have been inseparable. Jerry pushed Tom around, brushing his teeth, using the toilet, feeding him. He even set the alarm clock to turn him over every night. He was like Tom's limbs. And Tom, he took great pains to teach Jerry all sorts of things about life. Told him to fight back if he was bullied. He became Jerry's brain. In a flash, Tom and Jerry grew up. The director of the orphanage also went to heaven. The responsibility of the orphanage, Tom's useless shoulders also fell on. He had to take Jerry to the bank to collect the government subsidy in person. The staff asked Tom to fill out a withdrawal form. He said it was not convenient. You can ask your friend to write it for you. But soon the staff regretted it. That's it. Two people with a bunch of kids waiting to be fed. How can we live in the future? It's hard to get a grant, but this money is not enough to buy the necessities. Tom persuaded the boss, "Why don't you buy one and give one free? Donate to the disabled can also enjoy tax benefits." But it wasn't the tax that attracted the supermarket owner. It was the certificate of volunteerism. His daughter is being evaluated as one of the 3 best students, with good studies and good health. All that was missing was good moral character. Tom was immediately inspired. Proof of volunteer work can make money.